Welcome to Chatterjee Academy. So today's session is for the student motivation. So this is my first session, as part of Chatterjee Academy, where I am going to take a session for our students how to increase your effort for your study, right? So what are the crises we have? Like we have desire to study more before exam. We have the honest desire, but somehow we are not able to focus on study, right? And sometimes we are spending 4 hours, 2 hours, 3 hours for study a particular chapter of a subject, but sometimes happen that we could not able to focus. And sometimes we are getting frustrated for that, right? So the fact is that we are spending time in most cases, but outcome is not coming good, right? Whenever we are going to study. So I have the solution, and these are the proven solution, right? So I'm a teacher, I'm guiding students mainly for physics and mathematics. And also since I'm also studying, right? So for part of my profession, I used to study day to day basis, right? So that's why whatever I'm going to show you, the real time solutions, that will definitely help you, right? So just I will help you the technical help, right? From the early morning and go to bed, how you can focus more, how you can avoid the other kind of noise, right? Okay. So first of all, whenever we are going to study, what happened that lots of external signals coming to our minds. And what are the external signals? Like whatever interactions we are doing, our friends, whatever the events. Like if you love movies, if you love any games, any events, those things are coming, and your friend circles, your friends are coming whenever you're going to study. So different thoughts are coming. So what thoughts are coming? The thoughts is like an echo. Whatever you are thinking day to day basis, those will come. So we have to rule out the thoughts. We have to minimize the external signals. When? During the study hours. Now, it's not an easy. Yes, it's not easy, but we have to do it. Now, how we are going to do that? So, for that, it's a matter of habit. Like, whenever the great person, whoever, like, in different field, what is the main thing? One of the major thing is the habit. Like what they are doing in whole day, what the action they are taking, like how they are doing practice. Okay, how they are spending a day. That's very important. Okay, so our quality is depends on what we are thinking in whole day and what we are doing in a whole day, right? So suppose I have to concentrate for a study at evening 6 p.m. and I am spending like from 1 p.m. or 2 p.m. I am seeing some movies, right, or some play games. So after that, if I am going to study, definitely those events will come in my mind during the study, right? So I'm not saying that you are not going to do any entertainment. No, I am not saying to stop those entire part. You have to regulate the things. You have to regulate the things, and also you have to make it a culture, study culture, right? Study habit. Like there are topic for which we are very smart. Let's say topic on like Hindi movies, or topic on Indian cricket, or topic on any football, table tennis, badminton, any match. You have some passion. You have some passion out of education, right? So you have some passion out of education, singing, dancing, and whenever those things come, you can act momentarily, right? You can act momentarily on that topic because you love that, and you are doing the culture. You're doing a culture, day to day basis, maybe on dancing, on singing, or your games, whatever the topic you have apart from your education. That's why first of all you love that. Second is that you are doing culture, like food habit or tour habit, whatever. So whenever those things coming to you, you are not getting nervous and you are enjoying the things, right? So that means you already expert in other part apart from education. Now Yeah, so in education you have to apply the same motion. Means you have to take your education in your daily culture. Whatever you are studying, right, out of the study, whenever you are stopping the book, like study done, then out of study hours, you have to think on those part. It's not easy like day one, right? But you have to make it a habit. Like whatever the topics you are studying for subject wise, you have to start recalling those. So you can start with, like, before going to bed, right? Before sleep, we have some times like we're spending for mobile. We are spending at least 15 minutes before going to sleep. Maybe some other thing you are thinking. So before sleep, take at least 15 to 20 minutes to recall the subjects you studied a day, like the classes you received from your teachers, and the topic. Let's start with few of the subject or few of the small topic, and start recalling that, yeah, today I took this class and these were discussed in my class. Initially you may face difficulty, but I'm telling you, if you make it a habit, by 1 week you can able to recall the things what you have been taught in a day. So once you start recalling, after that, let's say, see, I am an physics teacher, right? So physics and mathematics, so definitely I'll take some physics example. Let's say, for physics, class 9 or 10, so you are having the motion. So motions having Newton's 3 law, like initially there was a rest and motion, then first law, second law, third law, like this momentum. So it's happened that if suddenly a teacher asks you a question, then you say that, oh, I forgot. Not all student I'm saying, but mostly we forget the things. Now how we are going to remember, right? So you have to make it a culture. You have to recall the things whenever, in some other time. Maybe you're going to sleep that before that time, or maybe other free time, start recalling your subjects. So whenever you can able to successfully recall your topic, so after that, let's one morning or evening you are going to study a revision of a subject, of a chapter, right? So that time what happen, it will help you, like, you can filter your study. Like every time, so many students happen that every time we are starting, let's say it's a 20-page chapter, every time in revision we are spending, for all 20 pages. So lots of time, and by that time, I know lots of fear coming, like if I am going to, it's a big question. Will I able to recall the things in exam hall? Yes or not? So when this is coming, when I am not able to successfully did the same job earlier, those called mock test, right? Mock test, rehearsal. So those are like the test. So mock test, like, it's not only about the writing, it's also about the group discussion. That's why you have to become a teacher, like, teach the things to your family member, at least to your closer friends, to your neighbors, like, discuss your subject, try to make them understand what you understood. This way it will give you more confidence on that particular topic. So once you successfully recall 2 or 3 times, after that, whenever you're going to study, you'll focus on the keywords of that chapter, right? This way it will help you. So it's a proven technique, so go for that. And I'll share you the few keywords here. One is the long attachment. Suppose first you are studying a chapter, let's say take for physics, like, motion chapter. Class 9 ICSE or class 10, it's an fourth chapter, or gravitation, whatever, work, energy, power. So spend half of a day for one chapter, or 2 chapters. Initially go slow study, take some good time for your chapter in different subjects. That's called long attachment. Then, take a day for a subject. Sometimes, because you have 365 days, but if you spend one day one subject initially when you are starting the session, that will really help you. Next is the action habit. So action habit means, so we are having the fear. This is a major obstacle, right? So we are having the fear, like, hey, I am going to complete this part before tomorrow's exam. Like nowadays we are having frequent exam, right? So students may have the exam phobia. So how to solve that? By action habit. Action habit means give some mock test in home or take a white page of paper and just write down the keywords for a particular chapter which you are going to give exam on the next day, right? So if you can able to recall, if you can write it down, that means you should be confident, okay, whatever the questions are coming, my concepts is clear. Okay, so let me take a real example of physics, chapter motion. So motion, what we have the what is rest, what is motion, moving. So if something is moving, so there is a time. So any movement needs some time to move. So movement means displacement, and displacement before distance and displacement. So speed means distance by time, velocity means displacement by time. So speed is a scalar quantity, velocity is a vector quantity. Then speed family, stop there. Now in velocity family, it is the started with displacement, then velocity, then acceleration. It's a vector quantity. Rate of change of velocity is acceleration. Then force. Force means mass into acceleration. Now next is momentum. What is momentum? Mass into velocity. So Newton's second law is coming, change in momentum by time. Now, and the three major equation of motions like horizontal v is equal to u plus at, v square is equal to u square plus 2as, and s is equal to ut plus at square. And vertical, it will be v is equal to u plus gt, v square is equal to u plus gh. So these are the things, right? So these things, and also along with the graphs, all possible graphs, take a white page or 2 pages and just note it down, write it down without seeing your books, try to sketch everything over there. Initially, you will face difficulties, you will not be comfortable, but I'm telling you, do for that. Once you're able to do that, your study hours will be reduced. You will be enjoying. Suppose you want to spend your study hours for other subject, you can spend there. So every time doing revision means no dull reading, like starting from the first word and the last word I'm reading and sleeping. No, not like that. Just do intelligent revision, because I already recall the things. I'll just see the keywords, that's it. For science, it's not like like long things. For science subjects mainly, it's a point wise, you have to give the answer. Like even for other subjects, you can focus for point wise, don't go for paragraph. Every paragraph break in a small keywords. Just start writing keywords without seeing your books. Make it a habit, and make it a habit of presentation, like presentation in front of your friends, your family members, whoever want to listen you. So just try to present. Once you start presenting your subject to others, it will really help you, it will give you confidence. That means no fear. So no fear means fear gone, fear remove. So fear remove means your mind will get more concentration. Okay, so we are losing our concentration, few part of the distraction coming from fear. Hey, what is going to happen tomorrow, what I am going to study, because we are not able to judge that. Already everything is set in your mind, even that also we are fearing. Hey, what is going to happen tomorrow? So how to avoid that? By writing in white page. That's it. Just write it down and gone. Okay, I am confident I can able to give good answer in exam hall. Even you don't need to revision also. After a few of the cycle, like after 2-3 class, mock test, you can skip a chapter because already you are confident on the chapter, right? So action habit is important. Then set up study room. Set up study room means what? Like in your study room, you may have lots of things you like, right? So like so many things, your ornaments or your some showpieces, or game things or whatever. So before the exam, like annual exam or any critical exams, you can reset your room. Take only take only like 2 pen, like make a minimal setup in your room. Take a clean table, right? So this way, the more less objects will be in your room, that will help you to focus more in your studies. Before study, you may have lots of story books, lots of extra books. Just keep aside everything in your study room. Just keep only whatever you require. That's it, right? So study habit. Now I told you about daily habits. Okay. Now need to avoid noise. How to avoid noise? Like stop seeing the mobiles more. Take a take an hour, dedicated hours, maybe 30 minutes, 1 hour, if you want to see mobile. And maybe mobiles is prohibited lots of students. That's the best approach. Avoid things the mobile, even if you, for the students like higher like class 11, 12, if you see the mobile, set a 30 minutes or whatever, more, not more than that. And keep aside your mobile during your study hours, not in front of you. Make it a long distance, it's not reachable from you, right? Outside signals means all outside thoughts, like, so focus on your, be honest with your thinking. Whatever you are going to think, that will reflect your study. So be honest with your thought process. Start avoiding all the ordinary thoughts from your mind before exam, so that it will reduce your distraction. Okay. Now group discussion, teach others, I told you. Then the recall I told you, like if you recall a chapter or two chapters every day, 2 or 3 days, end of the show, it will really help you, right? Okay, so we covered most of the things. Recall, discussion on studies, okay, action habits, right? So these are the these are the proven, like I'm telling you, it will really help you. And I'll take one session, let's say for physics, for mathematics, in 1 hour I'll revise all 12 chapters, maybe for class 9, maybe for class 10 ICSC or whatever, right? Even for 11, also class 11, I'll show you how to make a effective revision classes. Okay, so that's it for today. So I'll come with the other session. Thanks for watching. Welcome to Chatterjee Academy. If you need any courses, please reach us with our site. Okay, thank you.